Hello everyone and welcome to Pilates. I'm Debbie Nolan with Henrico Recreation and Parks, and this is
Anna Trong.
and we're both happy to be here today to share with you Joseph Pilates' Controlology. Now we call it Pilates after his name now, kind of like adhesive bandages or band-aids. So nowadays what Joseph called controlologies, we call it Pilates. Now Pilates is a form of exercise that we work very focused through the breath, concentration on the flow of the movements, and then a myriad of other things that we focus on so that we're very precise in the movements so that we don't have to do 5 million of them, say. So let's get ready for your practice. What you're going to need is an area where you can have your TV there or your computer or whatever so that you can work with that. But you'd also need an area within your home where you can be undisturbed for a few moments. And a yoga mat if you have one. If you don't have a yoga mat, a towel, beach towel or something of that nature. Or also if you have carpet on the floor, that works just as well. You still might want to have the towel for the things where your face might be down on the mat. We don't need any other props for this particular practice, so when you're ready, gather the stuff together. You can even pause the video and come back and we'll get started. Because Pilates is a mind-body exercise, we always start with the focus on the breath first. So let's go ahead and start today in seated position, so whatever position is comfortable for you, because Pilates is for every body and everybody. So we'll talk more about that as we move along. So closing your eyes or shut them halfway and just take a few moments to focus on the breath, the inhales and the exhales, and find fluidity in your breath. So it's a smooth inhale and exhale. Check in with the state of you right now, this moment in time. Are there areas that you feel tense in? Are there areas that perhaps you have twinges in? Just take note of them, and as we move through the practice, just as in yoga, you'll want to honor those areas as well. So as you're breathing in and out, good, just allow yourself for a moment to settle. Good, now collect all the busy thoughts in your mind. Those things are important, but just let them slip off to the side for the next few moments, because one of our tenets is concentration. And of course, all those busy thoughts break your concentration. So as we're breathing and being present, we'll magnify the benefits of our Pilates practice today. Good, so let's slowly open our eyes and then bring our hands out to the side. Good, let's inhale, breathe all the way up to the sky, and exhale, swan dive forward, collect flowers and throw them over your head. So opening up the shoulder joints and just like nice movement. Good, inhaling as you flow up and exhaling as you flow down. If I clue breathing and you can't match it, don't worry about that. Good, now let's change the movement and we're going to dive into the pool. So dive into the pool, sweep the water away. Good, big movements, sweep the water away. Good, let's do one more. Good, now really focus on the movements being fluid and flow to the top. Now let's collect those flowers, throw them over our head, and then sweep the water away. Collect the flowers and sweep the water away. Do that one more time. Yes, and sweep the water away. Come to the top. Now turn to your right. Look over your shoulder. Good. Inhale, flow back up to the sky and go to the other side. Now with your breath again, flow back up to the side and go to the opposite side. Good. Flow up one more time and then hold on your left side. Now look over your shoulder, being very tall. Good. Feel the connection through your sit bone, nice and tall. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. Let's flow again for 3 breaths, rainbow arms. So flow up and to the side. Flow up and to the side. Good. Now flow up and then remain on your right side. So look over your shoulder, being very tall, just waking up the middle of your body now. Pilates helps make our muscles longer, more supple, as any exercise will. Good. Let's flow up to the sky. Good. Now exercise. Right hand down. Good. Now Now here, extend the arms as far apart as you can. Good. Now take that left arm, sweep forward and open back up. So big movements again. Sweep forward and open up. Sweep forward and open up. Sweep forward. Good. So here we're matching our breath with our movements. Good, but maybe not necessary as long as you breathe the whole time. That's the main thing. Good. Now one more time and we hold in the extended position. Good. Hold. Good. Now bring that hand down. Lift up your other arm. So again, look in the direction of the hand in the air. If that bothers your neck for any reason, just look down at the hand on the mat. Good. Now let's add that same sweeping movement. So we flow down and open up. So rolling inward and open up. Rolling inward and open up. Good. Really feel that movement throughout the whole shoulder girdle. And opening. Good. Let's do 2 more, Anna. Good. And one more time. And pause. Beautiful. Hand comes down. Good. Now let's stretch our legs out in front. Good. Shift a little bit side to side. Now if your knees are a little elevated, no worries. But do think about pushing the feet away from the body. So let's stack our arms. Good. And just notice which one's on top. Take a big inhale, and you're going to focus on rotating from the center of your body. So bring your shoulders right over your hips. Take a big inhale to prepare, and then exhale, go to the right. Stop when you want to move your elbows. Inhale, come to the center, and exhale to the left. Good. Inhale, center, or just breathe. So continue to the side, and back to the center, to the side, and back to the center, to the side, and back to the center, to the side, and back to the center. Now, next time we come here, we're going to change the movement slightly. Good. To the side, and come to the center. Now, as we go to the side, open, and come together. Now, each time you open, change the arm on top. So reach and in. Reach and in. Let the corner of your eye follow the thumb that flows behind you. So behind and back in. Behind and back in. Behind and back in. Behind and hold. Now let's open our arms out to the side. A little bit of a different movement. Good. So a big inhale to prepare. And we're going to rotate our right shoulder inward from the shoulder and open back up. Same thing on the other side. Now what you'll notice is that it's really easy to move your wrist, but you have to move from the head of the shoulder right here. Good. So rotate inward and come back up. Rotate inward and flow back up. Now we're going to add movement to this. So let us pause, and we're going to rotate to the right with the left hand, ear next to the arm, and flow back up. Now the arm that's going into the other side, and reach about a foot above your foot. So above your foot, and come back in, above your foot, and pause for a moment. Now, inhale to prepare. Here we go. Press and lift. Press and lift. Press and lift. Press and lift. Press. Now, this is a SAW series that we've worked our way through, and that would be SAW, because the next part, we're going to imagine that we're trying to reach to our little toe and maybe even sawing it off. Not really, but you think that way. Good. Now, pause. Push to the side. Now, from your tailbone, push, 2, 3, come up to the side. Push, 2, 3, flow up. Push, 2, 3, and lift. Push, 2, 3, and lift. So there's a type of breathing in Pilates called percussion breath. So we exhale, 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 inhale, and inhale. Go low, and inhale. 2 more. 1 more. Now go to the other side. Pause, touch your foot. Let the other hand touch the floor behind you. Lift your torso up. Press the legs into the floor and look over your shoulder. Big inhale. Good. Now let go of the foot. Raise your back arm. Exhale, flow up. Press, flow up. Press, and then hold on this side. Hold, hand down to the floor behind. Now lift your sternum. Lift up tall, look over your shoulder. Good. Press the back of your knee down. Beautiful. Let's flow back to the center. Good, and then bring the arms forward. Good. Now the legs are still about hip distance apart. Think about Katniss Everdeen and bow and arrows. So pull back the bow string and let it go forward. Pull back the bowstring and let it go forward. So let the torso go back with your elbow and release the bow. Pull and release. Pull and release. Pull and release. Pull back and release. Pull back and release. Good. Pull back and release. Pull back. Another movement. Pull back, open, close. Pull back, open, close. I know you want to clap, but don't. Open, close. That's part of the control. Focused, fluid movements, and control. Good. The concentration allows us not to have to do as many of them as we focus on each movement. Good. Let's do one more time. Excellent. Pause. Now bring the arms out to the side and think scapular retraction. Good. Draw your shoulder blades together and reach your arms apart. Shoulder blades together, reach the arms apart. Now bring the arms forward, same thing. Shoulder blades together, reach the arms forward. Shoulder blades together, reach your arms forward. Shoulder blades together, reach forward. Shoulder blades, scapular retraction. Now pause, arms back out to the side, scapular retraction, palms up. Now press up. Press from your shoulders. Press, press, lift your sternum, press, 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 press. Now pause. Now thumb to the rear of the room, circles. Good, think hitchhike. They don't do that anymore, it's not safe. Good, pause, go the other way. Now right away we know when we haven't been working with our upper body a lot because it starts fussing. Pause again, now turn the palms over from the shoulder. Pat down. Good, I always think of patting a dog. Pat, pat, pat. Good, now pause, little circles to the rear. Good, and to the front. Excellent, now pause. Pat, 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 forward. Pat, 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 back. Pat, 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 forward. Pat, 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 back. And flow to the front. Good, very, very, very nice. So, as we close from there, a little, yay, a little release your shoulders a bit. Good, and now we're going to flow to our back for some of our lower body movements. So we're going to turn, bring your head to the side, good, and flow down to the mat. Good, now shift a little bit side to side to anchor your lower body into the mat, so particularly your spine. Now first we're going to talk about scapular retraction for a moment. We did that a moment ago. So here the same movement but in a different plane of the body. Now we're reclining. So reach the arms towards the ceiling and press your shoulder blades into the mat. Reach the arms to the ceiling and shoulder blade to the mat. So reach the arms to the ceiling and shoulder blades in the mat. Now bring your arms down next to your body. Good. Now with your knees bent and your feet on the mat, let's think now about scooping your abdominals. What does that mean? Right away, tilt your tailbone up to the sky. Now notice your lower back goes into the mat, and then tighten your abdominal muscles as tightly as you can. Good, now keep them snug the whole time. If you didn't do anything else during today's workout, you would have benefit because you focused on those abdominals. So notice your tailbone tilted up right away. Good, so everything tight right there. Imagine you have a belt running from hip crest to hip crest. That's called the TVA, or transverse abdominal. You want to hold that abdominal muscle in nice and tight. Good, now keep those tight, but let your tailbone come back down to the mat. Your lower back will lift up a little bit off the mat. So press and release. So exhale as you lift up. Press and release. Now it's just the tailbone lifting right now. So press and release. Press and release. So imagine you're at the beach and you have a bucket, and you can take the sand with the bucket and dip the bucket down into the sand and fill it up. So you have to turn the edge down to do that. And this is the scooping method that you use with that bucket for the sand. So scoop and press back down. Very nice. Let's do one more here like that. Good. Now, scapular retraction. Draw those shoulder blades together, arms next to your body for the moment. Scoop your abdominals, then inhale to prepare. Let's lift up the right leg. Good. Now really point that leg first start, point your toe, bend your knee, flex your foot, and then point your toe straight. Bend your knee and point. Bend your knee and really point. If your toes don't complain in Pilates, you did not point your toes. Good, because they will. Point and release. Point and release. Good job. Point and hold. Good. Now little circles towards your opposite side. So little circles 3 times to the left. Now scoop your abdominals. Inhale to prepare. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and reverse. 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and reverse. Good. Now keep with the method. 1, 2, 3, and reverse. Now oftentimes people think about their body wiggling in this. So part again of our control is holding anything that isn't moving still. So the only thing that should be moving is your leg. 1, 2, 3, and reverse. 2, 3. Make the circles as big as you need to stay in control. Good. And 1, 2, 3, and reverse. And you'll notice it's not with your ankle, it's with the whole leg. Let's do one more. 1, 2, 3, and reverse. 2, 3. Now the sensation you'll feel is in your hip area. Flex your foot. Now come down parallel to the other thigh, and then point your toe, come back up. Flex down, point up. So inhale, exhale, or just breathe steadily and point. So press and point. Now you can also extend out the bottom leg and press down and point up. 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 Let's do one more and hold at the top. Good. Now extend up your left arm, and this is just a guide. What you want to do is bring the extended leg, your right leg, as close to your nose as you can, and you're going to outline your belt in an oval. So outline and back, outline and back. Now you can put down the left hand and back. So oval and return, oval and return, oval and return, oval and return. 2 more. Oval and return, oval and return. Hold. Now flex down, circle to the side and point back up. Flex down, circle to the side and point back up. So leg circles. Isn't that a creative name? And press. Flex and reach. Flex. Now hold at the top. Flex the foot. Go to your shoulder. Shoulder, circle, point. Shoulder, circle, point. Shoulder, circle, point. Shoulder, circle, point. Let's do one more. Shoulder, circle, point. Now hand behind the thigh. Draw that leg in. Yay. Out to the side. Circle it a little bit. You can place the foot on top of the opposite knee and just let that knee open for a second, because it might go, wow. Very, very, very nice. So bringing that foot to the floor and having both knees bent, we start up again. First, just a little press side to side to release any tension that you may have built up. Now, scapular retraction, and then scoop your abdominals. Good. Inhale to prepare. Let's float up the left leg. Now, very straight. Flex and straight. Flex and point. Have a sense of the leg being over top of your navel, even if it's not in the same zip code. It's okay. Press and point. Press. Now, when Joseph Pilates created Controlology, he blended together elements of yoga, physical therapy, and personal training, to name a few things. Good. And pause. Now, nice straight leg, little circles to the right. Now, from your hip, inhale to prepare. Remember, don't wiggle your right leg. Here we go. Circle, 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 and return, return, return. Circle, 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 and return, return, return. So this is part of the control of Controlology. Press, 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 and reverse, reverse, reverse. Press, 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 and reverse. And the other part is remembering to try to keep your legs straight, because it's easy to forget. Good. And reverse. And the toe pointed, of course. Now, he was from Europe, and during World War II, he was actually interned in a German center there. And they found out he was a personal trainer there, and that's where Joseph created all of those machineries like the reformer and such as that. But what we're doing today is mat-based Pilates. Now pause, and remember first, go down and point back up. Go down and point back up. Now when he immigrated to the United States, he came to New York, and everyone in the dancing community there really embraced Pilates as a supplemental exercise to all of the dance that they did. And so that's why a lot of people associate Pilates with dance. Now, it's really become very mainstream. And like I said earlier, it is mind-body oriented. Good. But the best part is that focus and that control and concentration really helps us in many, many ways. Be aware of what our body is doing. Good. So let's do one more like this. Press, hold at the top, extend the other leg out. Now super glue that leg to the floor. Good, reach up the other arm. Think about those circles to the side. Press and return. Press and return. Press and return. Outline your belt in your mind's eye. Here's press and return, an oval. Press and return. Press and return. Two more like this, and return. Press and return. Press and return. Hold. Good. Now flex down, circle to the side, and point back up. Flex down, circle to the side, and point back up. You're fine. And circle back up. Now you found out right away that this side of the body was supporting the first side, and it tires out quicker. Press, and that's normal. And press, circle to the side, and point back up. Press, side. Let's do one more. Flex. Good. Now stop at the shoulder. Flex and circle the other way. Flex and circle the other way. Flex and circle the other way. Good job. Flex and circle the other way. Flex and circle the other way. Last one. Flex and circle the other way. Good. Now hand behind the thigh. Draw it in close. A little bit out to the side of your body. Just a little circle. Yay. And release. Good. And pause. Very nice. Bring the foot down to the mat. Now we're going to turn on to our side. So we're just going to turn on to our right side. Good. So pause this way. Turn on to the right side. You're going to come up onto your elbow. Good. Now make sure the elbow's right under your shoulder. Good. Make any wardrobe adjustments that you need to make. And your knees are bent. Now in this one, the feet are up closer to your bottom. This is called the clam. C-L-A-M. And think about a high clam because we lift our feet off the floor. Now your bottom thigh stays attached. We tuck our tailbone and scoop our abdominals. Now take care that you don't slump down into the movement. Lift up tall, that's technical language. Good, and as we're here, really think about creating your own tension in this movement. It focuses on the inner thighs, of course. So tuck your tailbone under, scoop your abdominal, scapular retraction. Inhale to prepare, and then exhale, open and close. So you can keep the inner arches touching or your heels, whichever one works better. So open and close. Open and close. Open and close. Open and close. Open. Good. Open. Now stay at the top this time. Press back. 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 Lift through your body. Back. Oh, yes. Back. Back. And hold. Now lift your foot off the other foot. Come into your shoulder. Flex your foot. And then press out like a karate kick. Come into your shoulder. Press out. Into your shoulder. Press out. Think about the point where the ceiling and the wall meet. Good. And press and in. Try to touch your shoulder and in. Press and in. Press. One more like this. Press. Good. Now bring that foot in front of the other thigh. You can even hold the ankle here if you like. Good. Reach out the other leg nice and straight. Now from your hip, flex that foot. We're going to lift the leg and press up. So another inner thigh movement. Good, with the whole leg. Bottom leg this time. So press, press, press. Flex your foot. Press, press, press. Now hold the leg elevated. Point your toe. Flex your ankle. Point your toe. You feel that in the calf. Now flex your ankle. Point your toe. Flex your ankle. Point your toe. Flex your ankle. Now flex your ankle. Go down. Point up. Flex down. Point up. Flex down. Point up. Good. Flex down. Point up. Flex down. Point up. Flex down. Point up. Two more. Flex and point. Flex and point. Last one. Flex and point. Beautiful. Now bend the bottom knee. Put the other knee on top. Good. Now this time bring your feet close to your bottom and have your knees in alignment with your body. We're going to do a little element here where we actually elevate up off the mat. So hand in front if you need to get the feel of it the first time. What we're going to do is lift up the hips off the floor. You're resting on that elbow and reach up. So here we lower and lift, 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 lower. One more, lower. Now hold at the top and thread the needle. Go under and open, under and open, under and open, under and open. Good job, Anna. Under and open, under and open. One more time, under and hold at the top. Beautiful, and let your hips come down to the mat. Yes, and swing your legs forward. Beautiful. Yay. Now you know what the other side is going to do because we're going right to that side. Yay. Very, very, very nice. So we start with the high clam again. So bend your knees, and your knees can be a little forward this time. Tuck your tailbone under, roll that top shoulder back, hand in front for a kickstand. Good. Now lift your feet off the mat. Bottom thigh stays attached. Tuck your tailbone. Inhale to prepare, and here we go. Exhale and press. Really resist opening and closing. So open and close. Open and close. Now, just like with any new exercise, if Pilates is new for you, do as many of them as possible for you, and don't worry about taking a break. You would always pause for a moment and then start back in. Always just do your best. That's what you want to think about. Good. So many things in Pilates are going to look like yoga, but they're expressed differently through the breath and through the movement itself. So this time we're going to stay open again. Before we press back, 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 scooping your abdominals. Now this time come down together. Press, press, press towards each other. Press, press. Oh, yes. This time you'll feel that in the bottom hip. Press, 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 and hold. Good. Now lift the foot off of the other foot. Bring the knee up to your shoulder and press out like a karate kick. So in and press. In. And if you're feeling good about this, hand can be here and reach. So reach behind and look at your hand. Reach behind and reach. Reach behind and reach. Reach behind and reach. Reach behind and karate. Reach behind and kick. Reach behind. Two more. Reach behind and reach. Last one. And hold. Beautiful. Now the leg in the air comes to the front. Foot in front of the other leg. The bottom leg stretches out. Good. Now think about the bottom leg being really straight. And just a few lifts to start. So we lift and lower. And of course you can't go very high. That's typical. Good. If you went a long ways, I'd worry about it. So press and lower. Press and lower. Press and lower. Press and lower. Press. You remember those little presses? Press, 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 press. Now hold, point, and flex, point, and flex, point, and flex, point, and flex, point, and flex. Now let's add those two things together. So flex, lower, point up. Flex down, point up. Flex down, point up. Flex down, point up. Flex down, point up. Oh yes, point up. And point. Let's do two more. Point, one more, point, and then hold, lower down. Leg comes on top. Oh boy, bend your knees. Slide your knees back ever so slightly, and we're going to go into that elevated movement. It's a lateral movement to wake up the sides of our body. Good, now lift the hips up off the mat. Hand can be on your hip, or a hand can be in the air. Here we go. Lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift. Breathe, please. Lower and lift, lower and lift. Two more. Lower and lift. One more. Hold at the top and thread the needle, open. Thread the needle, open. Thread the needle, open. Press and open. Press and open. Last two. Press and open. Press and hold. Lower down. Yay! And float your feet forward. Woohoo! All right. Good. So we're going to come face down on the mat. Good. Oh, no, go ahead and go the other way, I think. Sorry, I should have warned you. All right. Now on this movement, and of course just Pilates is just like any other form of exercise. We always work in posing areas. So now we're focusing on the back. Now in this movement, bring your elbows beneath your shoulders. Good. So in Pilates, one of the very few exercises that keeps the same name, and I haven't really focused on names today, but do think about Sphinx pose. Now in that pose, tuck your toes under, lift your knees up so your pelvis attaches to the mat, and then flatten your feet again. Good. Now lift up through your torso, tuck your tailbone down, and think about the Sphinx. So as you drop your tailbone down, scoop your abdominals. Good, and already you elevate. So here, we're just holding the pose. Relax in the shoulders. Keep your lower body the way it is. Now try not to squeeze your buns. Good, and that would be your seat muscles. Good, so lower down, chin towards your chest. Press your torso into the floor. Now exhale, come up. And inhale, flow down. Exhale, flow up. Don't be afraid to press into the mat and flow back up. Good. Now, next time as we come up, you might want to elevate your elbows. So lower down. Exhale up, elevate. Good. Inhale, flow back down. Exhale, elevate. Inhale, flow back down. Keep those abdominals scooped. Flow back up and flow back down. Good. Now, next time when we come here, we're going to add a new element. Good. So flow back down. So flow up and remain. Look over your left shoulder. Come back to the center and flow down. Flow up. Look over your right shoulder. Come back in and flow down. So the breath here would be inhale, exhale, inhale, and down. Flow up and right, center, and down. Now let's do both sides. Flow up, left, center, right, center, down. Now go to the right this time. Flow up and right, center, left, center, and down. Now pause for a minute. Open your hands wider to the corners of your mat, and we're going to move into swan. Roll your shoulders back and down and press your upper body up. Good. Now again, keep your elbows soft even in this movement, but it's a wider hand movement. So Anna, your hands might want to be a little wider apart. Don't be afraid to put your hands on both sides of your mat. Good, that's it. Now drop your shoulder blades down and scapular retraction. Scoop your abdominals. Press the feet away. Good. Very, very nice. Excellent. Now flow back down. Good, and turn your head one to one side or the other. Bring the arms out and place the palms down on the mat close to your body. Good. Now, remembered a minute ago when we tucked our toes and slid our knees down so our pelvis touched a little better? Do the same thing again. Tuck your toes. Shift a little bit so that you feel flatter in your connection to the pelvis, and then untuck your toes. Now, in this next movement, when you lift your feet off the floor, you'll want to keep your pelvis right at the hip flexor area, and that's right in here, attached to the mat. So shoulders roll back and down. Bend your knees. Good. Now, lift your knees up. Lift each thigh up so that your pelvis attaches. Flex your feet. Good. Now, on this movement, press down using the muscles of the front of the body. Good. Scapular retraction. Roll your shoulders up to the ceiling and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Good. Now, here's the first part of the rhythm on this. Keep your feet closer to your bottom than to the mat. Good. Press the thighs into the floor and press your pelvis into the floor. Now, inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift your head. You don't have to come up very high. And then inhale, go to the other side. Exhale, lift, and go to the other side. Now, each time you lift, go a little higher. Lift, and go to the side. So, exhale, and inhale to the side. Exhale, and inhale to the side. Exhale, the hands can come up, and inhale to the side. Exhale, float, and to the side. Let's do two more. Exhale, float, and to the side. One more like that. Exhale, float, and to the side. Now bring your forehead to the mat. Here's the last part of this exercise. Press your hips into the mat again. Good, and your forehead's just touching. Think about tapping your bottom without shooting your whole body forward, just the heel tap on your bottom 3 times. So it'd be inhale to prepare, exhale, tap, tap, tap. Everything's snug. Inhale, exhale, tap, tap, tap. Good. Inhale and exhale, tap, tap, tap. So here's the whole movement. Head to the side, bring your forehead to the mat. Inhale to prepare, lift up, and head goes down. Inhale up, and to the side. Good, flow up, and to the side. 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 Good, keep going. Flow up, and to the side. One more like this. Flow up, and to the side. Now, if you are wanting to, let's extend out our right leg. Good. Now, when we extend our right leg, reach the right arm forward. Good. Reach the left arm forward. Good. Now, scapular retraction right here. Your left leg is still bent. Now, on this next one, we're just going to raise and lower. Now, what are we going to raise? Good. First thing I want you to think about is just lifting your right arm without your shoulders, keeping your shoulders level. Here we go. So inhale to prepare. Elevate up, push into the floor with your left hand. Keep your shoulders level. Good. Flow back down. So other side. Elevate up, flow back down. Elevate up, and flow back down. Keep your abdominals scooped. Lift and lower. Now pause. Now think about that leg that's in the back, and you're going to elevate your knee. So tuck your tailbone under, scoop your abdominals. Inhale to prepare. Elevate the knee, and press back down. Does it lift very high? No. Press up, and flow back down. Now pause a minute. Think about your right hand, your left knee. Inhale to prepare. Right hand, left knee, and flow back down. Lift 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 and lower the leg and the arm. Good. Now bend your other knee. Point your toe. Good. Or flex your foot, whichever one you're more comfortable with. Same movement. Good. Inhale to prepare. Exhale. Elevate and lower. Elevate and lower. Let me look at Anna. Elevate. Good. And lower. Elevate and lower. Elevate and lower. Elevate and lower. One more. Elevate and pause. Both legs come down. Hands come to our shoulders. And let's press up and press back. And before we go back, open your knees wide and press back into resting pose. Now literally push into the mat so that you feel your spine lengthen, and then drop your tailbone down towards the mat. Very, very, very nice. Good. So let us come to hands and knees. Good. And just bring the knees back underneath your hips. Push into the mat and round your back like a cat. Good. Look at your knees. Good. Think figurehead on a ship and pull your torso forward. Keep your abdominals scooped. Good. Now press your hips to the left and look at your right little toe. So press that hip out way far. Good. Come back into the center and then to the other side. Same thing. And come back to the center. Good. Cat. Push, push, push. Round your back. Figurehead. Pull your torso forward. Good. Go to the right with the hip. Look at your little toe left. Good. Come back to the center. Other side. Very, very, very nice. Now, let us come to a seated position. Good. In the middle of your mat is good. Good. Excellent. Good work. Are you warm? Excellent. So here, let us start to stretch everything back out. So take your right arm, roll your shoulder back and down, bring it close to your body. Good. Reach out left arm, hand to the side of the head, and just gently let the side of the head reach towards your shoulder. Now push the hand into the mat. So you feel an opening in your neck area. Excellent. Very, very nice. Now the hand that's on your head, you're going to reach behind your back and hold the wrist. So float the shoulder back, reach back, hold the wrist with your right hand, tug to the right and lay your head to the right. Now when you lay your head to the right, you should feel sensation that runs from your bicep up to your shoulder on the right side. Good, and the left side, but mostly on the left side. Good. If you don't, just change the angle of your chin. Good. Head lifts back up. Just change the hand and back. So pull now to the left. Lay your head to the left. Very, very nice. Good. Head comes up. Left arm next to your body. Roll the shoulder back and down. Reach out. Hand to the side of the head. Good. Push into the mat. Good. And the head flows back up. Now bring both hands together in front. Now interlace your fingers lightly so you don't want to squeeze your fingers because that raises your blood pressure. So here, imagine you're hugging something you love. Significant other, whatever, teddy bear, there you go. Scapular retraction and hug. So it's an isometric movement. You're not changing the length of the muscles. You're just creating that energy. Drop your shoulders down. Good. Very nice. Relax that for a moment. Good. And again, hug. Very nice. And then take the hands behind your head back into your hands, elbows back. Lift your sternum, then zip up your winter coat. Good. You shouldn't be able to see your elbows. So you should be nice and wide. Good. Now shift a little bit to the side. I went to the left. If the right's your side, that's okay. Very nice. Come back to the center, to the other side. And come back to the center. Now let your elbows come forward and come forward towards your thighs. Just round your back down. Maybe you touch, maybe not. Very nice. Flow back up. Excellent. So we reach out. Good. And just extend out your right leg. Put your left leg on top. And here we're just working to open that hip. Good. Let your ankle be on the outside of your supporting leg. Good. Take a big inhale. Good. Hinge forward. Now what helps is put your hands behind, roll your shoulders back and down, and push your upper body forward. Good. So you usually feel a nice opening in your hip on that right side and the left side in particular. More in the knee on the right side. Good. Excellent. Very nice. And release. Good. Just let that leg come out. Let the other leg come out. Now push down. Good with the left leg. Good. Same thing, hands behind. Roll your shoulders back and down. And then just push forward. You really feel lengthening in that left leg. Good. Opening in the back of the hip on the right. Good. Good. Thinking about floating upward. Excellent. As we release our elbows and come back into the center, let's bring our feet into butterfly. Good, and just shift a little bit. Hold your ankles. Now here you think about rounding down towards your toes. So take a big inhale, elbows on your inner thighs, and then just round down. Ooh, that feels good. Good, now flow back up. Good, walk your hands to the right and then just shift. You can hold on to the outside of the foot. Rotate to that side, look over your shoulder. Push down with the left leg. Good, and then let's go to the other side, same thing. Excellent. And come back to the center. Now slide the feet out a little bit further away from your body and then just fold forward. Very, very nice. Let's sit upright and then just either keep your feet in butterfly or come into cross legs, whichever one you like. Good, and then bring the hands to the side one more time. Float your shoulders up to your ears and float them back and down. Good, nice and fluid, and back and down. Good, one more time, then back and down. Let's inhale up to the sky. Good, collect the flowers. Good, maybe they're mums. One more time forward. Good, now dive in the pool. It might be a little cold, you never know. Good, and press. Let's do one more time. And come to the very top, bring your hands together and bring them down and give yourself a big, big hand. Very, very, very nice. Now everyone, if you've enjoyed today's Pilates practice, we have all kinds of fitness activities, craft activities, paddling the James, anything, even learning how to make a key lime pie for Pete's sake. So tune in to our Henrico Recreation and Parks YouTube channel. Be sure and subscribe, and if you click the bell, you can even get notifications as they arise. Also, we have our Instagram page, we have Facebook, and we have our main web page. So tune in, be aware. You're missing out on history and all kinds of fun. So please join us, and we look forward until we see you next time. Have a good afternoon, day, evening, wherever you're at, make it good.